Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's special USP Winter Tabletop Edition, where we are playing Jurassic Park 1999. We have brought in a very special guest GM to take us through a Jurassic Park story using the rules of the Alien the role playing game published by Free League Publishing. My friend Carl has come on tonight as one of our GMs, another spectacular game master from Matinee Adventures, the game group I was telling you guys about a couple weeks ago, who offers some of the best licensed adventures at Origins Game Fair, Yukon, and other conventions across the country. Carl, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Thanks, Alex. So I have, like you mentioned, I'm a part of the Matinee Adventures RPG group. Thanks for having me on as a guest GM tonight. This is an adventure that is near and dear to my heart. Jurassic Park ignited my Dino Kid phase, which I think is a pretty common experience among our generation. But I just really like the Alien RPG and Jurassic Park and thought it would make a fun con game. So thought it would survive crushing together. And yeah, I've been running games, God, since I was 12. So that's going like 25 years now. Um, and I am an inveterate game hopper. I'm halfway through a campaign and planning the next one already. So I'm just not able to stay focused on any one thing. But um, but yeah, so that's a little bit about me.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you, Carl, for coming in. I definitely get the game hopping sensation. I used to not be able to run campaigns hardly ever, but since joining USP and running too many campaigns for too long, I may have evolved past that. I do want to give everybody a chance to tell us a little bit about themselves and what character they will be playing, and then we will hand it over to Carl as our narrator to begin the story. And I'll start with Brian over there.
Hey everybody, my name is Brian. Last week I was a space cowboy. Today I am a defenseless child. I am playing Jan, going on the best vacation ever, and I do not have a life insurance policy. Go ahead, Andy.
Hi, I'm Andy. You can usually find me here on Monday nights for our superhero shenanigans. You can also find me over on our webpage where I write blog posts and over on our YouTube channel where I'm the host of the Story Forge series. Tonight I am playing Parker, a retired... Am I right with that? As a retired helicopter pilot?
Mhm.
Yes. Retired helicopter pilot who trying to find the joy that my life once had. And, well, dinosaurs. Why the hell not? Brandon, pass it over to you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Brandon. You can normally see me on Tuesdays, like last night, where I am playing in our Gemstars game as Emerald, the Gemstar of Fortune. I get to have all kind of luck shenanigans and drive Wiki just generally crazy. Today, I am playing Charlie, a mechanic with sass out her ears and strangely an unironic deep love of the park. And I will pass it to our last player, Deuce. I think he
Did he disconnect?
Very
looks
possible.
like he may be frozen. He's definitely not moving.
Deuce, are you frozen?
That shitty island connection.
Deuce, are you dead? Oh, we lost him.
Whack.
Back.
Oh, who am I now?
Oh, weird. I didn't plan the raptor attack this soon.
What? What rapid
What?
attack?
Huh?
Sounds legit. What?
Oh, huh? What?
Oh, it's that first snowfall moving through the area.
Yeah, Kevin's out there in West Virginia.
Mountain Mama.
By God or otherwise. And when Kevin pops back in, he will fix the camera feed. So we will give him a moment to come back in. In the meantime, I forgot to mention that I am playing Logan tonight, who is a disgruntled veterinarian who has been given a vacation of a lifetime to go to Jurassic Park and look at more animals.
Look at all the tortured, the tortured, soulless, beaten down dinosaurs.
Yeah, I'm not sure that this was the right trip for me, but they've got a Margaritaville down here, right?
Yeah, they're everywhere. It's right next to the Hard Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hard
Uh,
Rock Isla Nublar.
sure.
So yeah, until Kevin comes back, I guess we will go ahead and we can power through, and we'll see what happens.
Sure. All right. So, for those of you, I'm going to give a very brief overview of the game system. So, it's a very simple game system. It uses the one roll engine. And the main way you make a roll in this game is attribute plus ability. You guys all have your character sheets. But for example, Logan, if you're trying to be stealthy and move around, you'd use agility plus your mobility. You'd roll 4 dice, and every die that comes up a 6 is a success. You only need 1 success to succeed at the thing that you're doing. If you get multiples, you get stunts, which you can spend. There's a specific list of them for each one of the skills that you'll use. There's only a couple of skills. You also have something on here called a stress track. As you encounter stressful events throughout the game, your stress will increase. When it does, every time you make a skill roll, you have to roll that number of stress dice along with it. Stress dice are neat because they're basically almost exactly like adrenaline. They are increasing the size of your die pool, but if any one of them rolls a 1, you have to make a roll on the panic table. And that will cause you to do things like sometimes it'll be just, you stand, you lose your action, you stand and stare. Sometimes it's nothing. There's a couple of characters in this who are good at controlling their panic level. But it can be all the way up to, like, if you're holding a gun, you'll empty it completely and then stand there pulling the trigger still. All the way up to, I think if you've gotten real high enough, like, you might have to make a roll to not have a heart attack, kind of deal. So there's a lot of fun stuff. But the nice thing is it's one of the only horror-based games that I've seen that keeps a lot of power in the player's hands, which is one of the reasons why I like it, especially for more action-oriented games or one-shots. Stress doesn't constantly increase, but you have to take some time to be in a safe place to let your stress decrease. The exception to this is there are some people who have the ability to banter and help people reduce their stress level. And once per session, basically, you have a signature item that if you interact with it in a meaningful way, you can take a point of stress off of your total. So that's the basics of the rules. When we get to things like combat or trying to dodge away from large angry animals, I'll throw in stuff that's relevant there. You each have 2 different talents, which gives you basically, feat equivalents. You've seen them in 1,000 game systems before. They'll give you a unique ability to your character. And the other thing is whenever you're making a skill roll, if you roll the dice and don't like what you see, you can do what's called pushing the skill roll, which means you increase your stress level by 1 and re-roll all the dice that were not a success. You can't push it more than 1 time unless you have a ability that lets you do so. And if you roll a 1 on the stress dice, you can't re-roll those either. If you happen to roll multiple 1s on stress dice, you can only proc 1 panic roll from a single roll. So if you roll 3, you're not going to have to make 3 rolls on it.
Okay.
So that's just sort of a very brief overview of the game system. If there's any questions at all that come up, just let me know. I'll try and explain them as simply as possible. And Kevin, I think we were going to have you describe yourself and your character.
Howdy, I'm Deuce, proving that it's pandemic for all Kevins to have internet trouble. So I'm playing Alex, the computer nerd who from a young age found that little machines that go beep and boop are really interesting, people not so much. But has come to this beautiful island to see, well, dinosaurs, to get a nice little break from the world, from his job, and to finally enjoy a little bit of time with his newly obtained wife. What a wonderful place we picked for a honeymoon.
Obtained.
Jesus.
It's gonna be
Okay,
great.
cool.
I mean, that's
So-
how I got my wife, right? You guys went and picked one up, right?
Yeah,
I'm
but
gonna tell her you
Eyes
said
R Us.
that.
No, don't
He
tell
might be
her,
named
okay?
Alex for a reason. I don't know.
Just kidding.
No.
She picked me out.
So yeah, so in the 5 years or so since Jurassic Park opened to the public, they have served millions of different people. It has
Two
ignited
dinosaurs.
the world. So
Sorry.
it's not intentionally to serve man problem. They have entertained millions of people back and forth across the intervening years. Hundreds of thousands of people a month go to the island through the ferry system, and year after year they keep introducing new dinosaurs into the mix, and they've done so with a outstanding safety record and an outstanding recommendation from basically every wildlife group that's ever investigated the park. You are all here for various reasons, and you have spent an interesting day. Your tickets this time were awarded a special privilege. You were able to take a day to investigate and check out and give some feedback on the newly about to open Cretaceous Caretaker Spa. A state-of-the-art luxury spa experience on the slopes of Mount Ceto with all sorts of different activities for weary travelers to come and relax. You can do prehistoric plunges into mineral hot springs. They have all sorts of examples of things. And you've been being guided through this enormous building by a lovely young woman named Anne, who has been pointing out all of the world-class chefs that are going to be coming into the facility, all of the various health benefits. You're going around, you guys are all familiar with the architecture of Jurassic Park, so it's that whole combination of like Safari Lodge with ancient stone and that sort of thing. Been absolutely gorgeous so far, and you're just it's in the mid-afternoon, you're just kind of coming to the end of the tour. And what I'd like to know is if you can give me a brief description of your character, kind of the vibe you give off. And one of you was playing Charlie, right? Oh, right. Okay. So
I am furiously taking notes on my phone of everything she says and how she says it and how she's interacting with everyone, and just
yeah. You're here, and like she is an absolute masterclass in like leading a tour. She is very clearly one of their A-team people. She's had all of these different people around, and she's been very casually guiding them to like the various conclusions that she needs. You're part of the staff on the tour, just kind of enjoying yourself. It gets to be an afternoon where you don't have to do a lot, but this is going to be one of the areas you're going to work in the future. So they figured having you see what it's like from the customer experience is going to be very valuable for you. So let's see. So Charlie, like as you're going around, like you're like furiously taking notes and things like that. What do you look like? Kind of like what's the face you present to the world?
She looks like an adult Max from Stranger Things.
Okay.
That's her. That's how her physical description and kind of how she carries herself. And most of the time, she's got kind of like a sardonic smirk and a fuck around and find out kind of expression. But when it comes to things like Jurassic Park itself, that kind of washes away to an unironic kind of just awe of it all and the excitement that she's actually a part of this.
Cool. Okay. Let's see.
And she very much is treating this like spa day that she's getting treated to as a job. Like she's taking it really seriously.
Okay, cool. Let's see. Alex, what about you? What does Alex kind of look like? What's her whole vibe, and how's she been kind of absorbing this tour?
Alex has been somewhat laissez-faire. When it comes to the wonderful health amenities, beautiful, there's almost a slight disinterest to it, but when they get to some of the technical advances they made, some of the state-of-the-art facilities they've had, occasionally a pointed question will come out to inquire about how some things were built or some of the relays they're using for it. Just an almost contrast to, dinosaurs, and Alex goes, oh, but that's really neat how they got that set up. I mean, he's a youngish fellow, mid-20s, bit slender, a little bit wiry, but seems to be, like I said, just going along with the tour and nodding for most of the attractions and just focusing on the odd bits here and there.
Cool. Okay. Parker, what about you? How's the disgruntled veterinarian doing? Or sorry, the
Retired helicopter
the
pilot.
retired helicopter pilot.
So Parker looks like Annette Bening from Captain Marvel.
Okay.
So she's got the shorter cut salt and pepper hair. She's relatively well built, kind of muscular, but kind of lost a little bit of tone over the time. Her whole day has been boring, to say the least. She has yeah, this is nice. Really, this is nice, but this is it. I sit in mud for hours on end. I mean, I came here to see the dinosaurs, and even they're just sitting behind those walls doing jack
In mud.
in mud. Like, there's no, like, you guys couldn't put a thrill ride or something on here.
When did the gladiator battles start?
So while she has been very appreciative of the care and the attention that's been given to her by this tour and this spa, it just her whole expectation level for what this trip was supposed to be is so low. It's hard for her to get excited about anything.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Thank you. Jan, what about you? What's the dino kid, the dino obsessed whiz kid been doing?
Honestly, if my parents were here right now, I'd be fucking pissed. I've been waiting to see this T-Rex all day, and we get stuck with some lucky golden ticket. And now I'm here with my mom and Bruce because it has a spa. And I don't know how long we're gonna be here. It's a family vacation, it's not just for you. So I am impatiently looking around for a way out.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's interesting. Apparently, your ticket was selected, and they said that they couldn't exchange it. Your mom said she'd love to, but she and Bruce would have to stay down in the village and enjoy the shopping.
Good. I'm just it's like I get he paid for the whole thing, but I'm still upset.
Yeah, I guess Bruce made this happen. All right, and lastly, Logan.
Logan is a man in his mid to late 50s, bald on the top, but has sort of the friar haircut, the wire rim, coat, glasses. He's wearing khaki pants and a tucked in polo. He's got a fanny pack that's got Werther's Originals in it. He smells like Ben Gay, and he has a look on his face that looks like he's had a sour drop in his mouth for the last 30 years. Like, he went to Willy Wonka's factory and got the never-lasting lemon sour head.
Nice. Okay. What's his reaction
Pair
to
of
the?
white New Balance shoes.
He is definitely wearing a pair of white New Balance shoes.
All right. Very strong grandpa energy coming off of Logan.
By the way, while we're going through the tour, Charlie is occasionally blurting out an answer before the tour guide can. Is trying to convince Parker that this is great. You're gonna have a great time. Sharing dinosaur facts with not Alex.
Yeah.
Brian? What was your character's name?
Oh, my
Danny.
name is what? My
What
name
was your
is not
character's name?
Danny. It's Jan.
Jan.
Don. That's right.
Yeah.
But just basically just coming just up to the line of taking over the tour in her excitement.
Nice.
We are the
Okay.
happiest tour ever.
Hey, pretty good tour. So yeah, you guys wind your way through the corridors back to like the central area. It's an enormous entryway with all sorts of different dinosaurs and various flora and fauna carved into the walls. And um, and the tour guide will turn around and say, "Well, thank you so much for your time today. And is there any feedback you'd like to provide the park on the tour experience?"
Be
I
cool
could
if we
go
saw
into a litany of
dinosaur.
things.
Absolutely not. It was perfect.
Side eye.
Hand sanitizer
Yes, up.
stations.
Hand sanitizer station, sir?
Yeah, you can't be out here petting reptiles. You're gonna get salmonella.
Can't complain about hand sanitizer when you smell like that, old man. Let's step away from it.
Kids
Sorry
these
to see where this
days.
is going.
Right.
I'm the I'm the greatest generation. You can't talk to me that way.
Whatever, Friar Tuck.
She's
We're
like,
the same generation, and I still don't know what the heck you're saying.
she jots a couple things down and whatever you guys say. If you guys wouldn't mind, could each one of you give me an observation roll?
Certainly.
Maybe.
Is this
Oh,
Carl? Does this activate my talent at all?
I don't remember what your talent is.
Watchful.
Watchful. Boo, boo, boo. And what does that talent do again?
+2 modification to observation when trying to spot a sneak attack.
No.
Okay.
Not in
Just
this
checking.
instance.
so if
this
I
is-
remember, oh, sorry,
Go ahead. Go ahead, Brandon.
I was like, if I remember correctly, we roll a d6 for for each point we have in wits, and then a d6 for each point we have in observation.
That's correct. That's called your base dice. And if you use the die roller macro, I've set it up to just prompt you for base dice and stress dice.
You don't have a macro.
If you click on the collection thing right next to the cogwheel on the upper right hand side, there should be two macros there. If you click in bar, it should show up.
Ah, okay. Gotcha. I've never used macro. Now it says base dice that I would add wits and observation, and then it'll do it for me.
Yeah. So if you like, if the total of that was 6, just put 6 in for the base dice.
It was definitely not. It is a 3.
Okay.
I'm a little confused. How many dice am I rolling here?
Add
So if
your
if you observation is wits based, you're gonna add wits plus observation. So for Jan,
Is each value a d6? Is that what I'm getting?
yes, yeah, it's a die pool based system. So Jan has six total dice for observation rolls.
Nor that second roll. Just took a minute for the first one to get through.
Yeah. All right.
26.
Let's Let's see. So that would be 2 successes.
'Cause you're
3
looking for
successes,
sixes only.
actually.
You are looking
Yep.
for sixes only.
Yep.
Getting away out of this tour.
So anybody who got at least 1 success notices that as the guide is talking and sort of chatting back and forth and taking notes, the lights in the building they flicker a little bit, like almost like a brownout, and then they actually go they go off. The light level in the area doesn't really drop very much because you guys are sort of in a large entryway. There's still like afternoon daylight streaming in, but the actual electric lights in the compound just shut off.
I immediately get on my walkie-talkie. I'm like, all right, come on, let's get this fixed now. And just, it's not a matter of worry, but like this is kind of embarrassing that this is happening in front of guests.
Did you guys forget to pay the electric bill?
I mean, generally it's a brownout. That just means it's a temporary disruption that really won't affect it too long. But the fact they're out now seems kind of odd.
If you get on the walkie-talkie, you get back at who is this?
Charlie, of course. Come on, get it together.
Charlie. Oh, the new kid?
Sure.
Yes. All right? What's going on? What do you mean?
Lights are out at the whatever the name of the building is.
Okay.
Pagoda.
We need to get it back on ASAP.
Oh, all right. Thanks for the call. Give me a sec. Let me check in. And he'll go away for a little bit. Probably making a couple other calls. After like a minute or two, he'll come back on and say, Charlie, are you close enough to go check and see if the power mains coming in are all right?
Where's the main located in this building?
He can give you some directions. There's a couple of standard design choices they've made for the buildings at Jurassic Park, so they kind of give you a general idea of where it will be. He said, if you could check that'd be great. We're getting some strange readings from across the island, like power fluctuations.
Yep, no problem. Give me 2 minutes. And she will jog.
I'll tap
Over there.
Charlie on the shoulder before she goes. Excuse me.
Yeah, what?
Care if I take a look? I mean, I don't know if you dealt with electricity much on it, but the thing how the conduits worked and how they're set up, I don't know, might be able to help. I deal with this kind of thing at home.
I look up at the tour guide to kind of get her read on it. Like, just looking at her like, is this going to be okay?
She doesn't appear to have noticed you. She's still writing down notes from the feedback.
Yeah, sure. Come along.
Towards everyone. Extended cut. I'll smile and I'll start walking along.
I start giving him a bit like we're jogging just because I'm eager to like be a team player and be the problem solver here. But even as we're jogging, I can't help but kind of add to the tour for him.
Nice. Okay.
The artist that they got for all of these murals actually is the blah 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 blah.
Yeah. But the thermocoating they have to use on these wires for the stones got to be really impressive. And every time you say something very interesting about the dinosaurs of the art, some silly comment about, oh, well, this particular piece of technology has to be impressive.
Well, but the thing is, though, because she's a mechanic, when you say something like that, then she goes on that trail.
Now we're interested. Now we're.
Oh yeah. It's the highest gauge thermocoupler that is available. In fact, it's still a prototype. They haven't fully released it yet.
Thank God I'm not there.
All I know is they spared no expense.
They have 3 IT guys this time.
Ooh.
All right, so yeah, you'll make your way down there, and I mean, you don't even need to make a mechanics roll. Like, you can see where the main power feeds are coming into the building. They're fine. There's nothing wrong with them. They're in fact brand new. they've only been running for a couple of weeks, so it's probably a lack of power getting to the building itself. You do know that there's individualized backup generators for each like sector of the park, but those also should have kicked on. Like if the main power went out, that should have kicked on as well.
I'll report back. Yep. Main looks good. Also, it looks like the backup generator for this sector of the park isn't kicking on, or at least power isn't getting to the building.
That's real weird, Charlie. All right, stay on this channel. I gotta try and handle a couple of other things. You're not the only one out there who's reporting some weirdness, but stay close to the radio. I'm not sure what's going on here.
All right, absolutely. Charlie out. Because Charlie actually knows how to talk on a radio.
But
Snaps.
Jimmy out.
And I was like, this is strange, but we should go ahead and head back to the tour.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a problem with your feed because everything here's fine. I mean, this is just
Yeah.
not coming through the front end, so it's got to be your source.
Yeah. I'm sure that some idiot wasn't paying attention to where they were digging.
All right, so you guys go off to investigate that and start heading back. Meanwhile, at the back at the entryway, the tour guide is still asking some questions. A phone on the nearby wall will ring, maybe 5 minutes or so after they leave, and she'll go over, answer it, and you'll hear from your end. Yes. Oh, yes, of course. Really? Are you sure? All right. Yes, immediately. And you like she hangs up the phone, and very clearly like looks back over her shoulder at you guys and tries to like compose herself a little bit. And then we'll sort of like reapproach you guys and say, all right, I've been informed there's a small issue with some of the park electrical grids, and just as a precaution, we're asking that everybody move back into the visitors lodge. Very, very common, very normal, just very standard procedure in times like these. Any of you with a lick of empathy know that that's not necessarily the case. She's doing a good job of it, but she's paled a little bit. Her demeanor is a little bit more brittle. She's a little frightened about something.
This is typical, you said? Nothing about your body language says this is typical.
It's standard procedure.
Uh-huh. I know standard procedure, and I know when shit's hit the fan.
Mhm.
This sounds like shit's hit the fan.
Would you like to give me a manipulate roll?
I would certainly like to do so.
Is there a way for me to aid on that check?
Yes. Basically, as long as you are there and you make a narrative contribution, they can add a die to their die pool.
I'm gonna give her the grandpa's here look.
Oh no.
Oh no, it's the mean grandpa.
Okay.
All right.
Grandpa when he's been drinking.
Mm-hmm. Grandpa, when
withering
you're
glare
holding
of
the flashlight
disappointment.
for him.
What's the tour guide's name again?
And
And
Bud, if you ask Grandpa.
all right, so that'll add a die to my pool. I will roll. I have no stress dice. I'm still not getting anything.
Damn.
Can I add something to explain why that didn't work? Might not have worked.
Sure.
I come up at that time as I'm jogging up and saying, and it looks like everything's mostly okay. We just have a little bit of an electrical issue.
Everything's
Standard operating procedure. We should probably go ahead and head everyone to the visiting lodge.
Gotcha. That sounds good, Charlie. She looks at you like a drowning person looks at a life raft. Um, let's see.
Which,
So
if anybody else notices, does catch me a wee bit off guard.
yeah. So Parker, if you'd like to, you can push the roll, increase your stress level by 1, and re-roll the whole die pool.
Yeah, you know what? I'll take a point of stress. That's fine.
Okay.
Hey,
So-
double or nothing.
Do
Roll
what
with this-
Grandpa's
roll-
watching.
Roll it with Alex's bonus, but then also put a point into the stress dice, correct?
Yes. Yeah. So aid dice are base dice.
Okay.
There you go.
Hey.
There we go.
And the 1 was in the base dice, not the stress dice. So yeah, all right. So the way this game works is when you roll successfully on a manipulation check, they can choose to accept the result. They can immediately attack you, or they do what you want without demanding a favor in return. So she looks at you a little bit nervously and says, "Okay, well, sir, it is, or sorry, ma'am, it is standard procedure in the event of electrical failure throughout the park. There's an interconnected series of backup generators, sir, that are tested and designed to support each other almost indefinitely, even if main power goes down.
Doesn't look like your redundant systems are working though.
They're what?
Doesn't look like your redundant systems are working
Yeah,
though.
the backup power, at least for this sector, hasn't kicked on.
Excuse me there, little lady. When you say throughout, do you mean like sporadically throughout or the entire park?
Everyone, let's go ahead and start heading to the visitors lodge.
The entire park. Just a moment. And she hurries over to the the Ford Explorer in green and yellow, and like leans in and toggles a couple of things, and then like toggles them more aggressively, swears a little bit, hits a couple of things inside, and then like straightens up, smooths her hair back, closes the door, and she'll come back and say, "Yes, okay. Unfortunately, the vehicle we took to get here is non-functional."
What do you mean non-functional?
I'm going to run over there since now I'm seeing how bad things are getting, and I'm going to take an actual look at it.
Okay. She'll say to you, "Well, there's no electricity getting to it, which does
sometimes the alternators on these cars can be a little iffy. Let me just take a look.
I mean, do you think it's actually just ground into this electrical system or uses near field powering to keep it going? In that case, there's no
Are
power.
you
It wouldn't work at
kidding
all.
me? I just rolled 7 dice and didn't get a single. Okay, I'm stressing that.
you can push it, yeah."
You're supposed to
I'm
pop the hood.
Did you try turning it off and on again?
There we go.
There you go. 2 successes. All right, so yeah, you can attempt to use an analyze, repair, jury rig, or break any kind of heavy machinery. So you take a look at it, and the car is functional, but sure enough, like it's not getting any power from the thing. So you do have an extra die, so you can spend that on a stunt. So you can either gain a +1 modification to a later skill roll relating to this one. You don't need to roll to overcome the exact same challenge in the future. You do it quickly, you break it permanently, you act quietly, or you show off.
I think I got to show off.
Okay.
I mean, is the show? Am I showing off my analysis ability, or am I finding a way to fix it?
You showing off is basically like the way you do it impresses somebody.
Okay, no, not show off, not for this kind of role. I think I'll hold on to the +1 then, I guess.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you're going to gain a +1 when you're doing mechanics rolls on the electrical vehicles in the park.
Now, according to that slanderous documentary made back in 1992, there may be gas-powered vehicles in certain locations in case the power goes down. Are there any near us?
You do know that there are several different gas-powered vehicles throughout the park. Unfortunately, the spa is not one of them. There is a vehicle bay, but there are no current vehicles here, at least as far as you're aware, unless one of the supervisors came up and was doing something. So there may be a vehicle in the garage that's gas-powered. If this place was in full operation, there'd be at least 2 at all times, one for maintenance and one for the Rangers.
I'm gonna go ahead and hop on the horn real quick. Hey Jimmy, were there any supervisors here at the spa? Is there any chance that there's a gas operated vehicle in the bay? The electrical grid for the safari vehicles is down.
Oh boy. I think hang on, let me check. You'll hear him talking to a couple people in the background, who all seem to be very excitedly talking to one another. And he'll come back after a minute or two and say, no supervisors, as far as I can tell, man, or as far as I can tell, Charlie, the nearest gas vehicle would be down by the hydroelectric plant at the base of the mountain.
How far away is that, GM?
So it's not terribly far. It's along one of the park maintenance roads. But yeah, there's a hydroelectric plant. There's 3 main power plants that run the park. There's a hydroelectric plant. There is a geothermal power plant, and there is a wind, basically a wind farm on the southern part of the island.
What kind of vehicles do we got down there? How many? What's the largest passenger load?
I'm not really sure, but if it's standard park Jeep, should be able to fit, at least 4, 5, or 6 if you like each other.
Okay. Is there anybody else on the tour besides us?
No, you guys are it for right now.
I'm gonna come back to Anne and say, okay. Here's what we're going to do. There aren't any gas-powered Jeeps in the bay right now, but there is one just down at the hydroelectric dam. I'm gonna go down there. You've got, I heard the phone working, so you've got communication at the moment. Does she have a walkie-talkie as well, or would it just be maintenance that would have those?
It'd just be maintenance.
Okay. So I will have this in order to maintain communication with base, and if they need to send anything along, they can send it to the phone. So why don't we have the guests and you hang out there? I'm just going to take a quick jog down, pick up a vehicle, come back, and we'll all go down to the visitors' lodge in that vehicle.
Oh, like hell, you're going alone. This is the most exciting thing that's happened all day. I'm going with you.
I will again give that look of, am I okay to do that, Anne?
Anne gives you a look of, we are through the looking glass now. I don't really care.
Sure.
Anne,
come along.
Anne's really stressed out right now, right?
Yeah. Like she is, she's falling back on park procedure and things like that. And she just she's giving you the look of someone who kind of just wants to go hide.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Since she's so stressed out right now, I want to go up to her. I am 13, and I'm just gonna look her in the eyes and say, "What happens if I can't get to my mom?"
Then Anne's gonna be your mom.
And Anne is like literally at a loss for words. She is just kind
As
of
she's
like,
stumbling, I see it. I'm gonna come up to her and say, we've got the training for this. I was just through it. It's fresh in my mind. You know what to do. Get them next to the phone so that you're ready to be communicated. Keep all doors closed. Keep a lookout. Everything is gonna be fine. I will be back in 5-10 minutes max.
I'm gonna
Train you
still
guys on
look.
catastrophic power loss to the grid.
I'm gonna look at Anne straight in the eyes again. I'm gonna be like, since the phone works, can you call her and tell her I'll be okay?
um,
I'll give you an empathy roll.
sure. That
Game recognizes game, little kid.
Oh,
You're a
I guess
little
I am trying to do an empathy roll myself of leadership.
okay.
Trying to get my whole experience comped here.
Oh, I'm calling the timeshare company when I get home. I'm
Oh,
not
you're
Of
already
wasting
course, you're
points
on
on
a
this.
timeshare.
You
I'm
bought
not
a
wasting my points
timeshare
on
for
this.
Jurassic Park.
He smells like a timeshare.
No, I bought a rotating timeshare, and this month came out Jurassic Park.
Well, my luck is continuing. No successes on my leadership roll.
I could have gone to
I'm
Boca.
still a trainee.
Oh, did it not go through? I hit 4. Oh. Wait, my thing didn't go through. Oh.
Yeah, it asks you for base dice and then stress dice. So you have to make sure you
Oh.
fill out both of them, or don't fill out stress because you're not stressed.
Boo, she's stressed.
Actually, I need to fix the stress roll. I'll just 0 that.
There you go.
There
2
you go.
successes. Oh
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
I got a
I'm-
success on my stress dice, actually.
I'm hitting her
Nice.
straight in the motherhood.
Okay. She's gonna like hold back tears and say, what's the number of the place that you're staying at?
We're staying at the Grand Amber Inn on the north side of the island.
Okay. So she'll go over and key some things in and bring it up to her ear. Look at it.
Oh no.
Try it again. And she'll try like 3 times to put the receiver back on and finally just let go of it on the 3rd time as it clatters to the floor. So she'll turn around to you and say, the phone lines.
I'm already on the horn.
Yeah.
Phones are dead too.
Well, yeah, if you're using voice over internet, then it's not going to go through because it's all connected to the wire grid. You actually
We
have
don't
to have a
typically
normal
use VoIP
landline.
though. We don't
I mean,
typically use
what-
a VoIP protocol though.
I mean, you almost have to if you don't have a traditional phone line through here because that's going to be a lot to run copper.
It's
Since the phone is
1999.
dead-
Everything's AOL.
True. Since,
Dial-up.
it,
No expense.
since the void is dead, I'm gonna assume this really nice balcony area has this nice spa area has like an overhang balcony, right?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I would like to look over it and lean as much as I can.
Okay.
Jesus.
Go ahead.
Here,
and
you
give-
little shit. You've already done enough damage for the day.
Go
I
ahead
want
and
to see if
give,
anything's happening outside.
go ahead and give me an observation roll.
What kind of dinosaurs are we around? What's kept around this part of the park?
This part of the park is fairly far away from most of the paddocks.
Petting zoo, got it.
That can't be too bad then, right?
No, we're in the tourist trap area. It's the worst part. I don't see shit.
If you'd like, you can push the roll.
Sure, I'll double down.
Okay.
Ground's coming awfully fast.
So I just re-roll it again, or all the
You-
failures.
No, yeah, you re-roll it again,
Okay.
and but you increase your stress level by 1. So you also roll an extra stress die.
Easy peasy. Look at me.
Wow.
666.
Okay.
Mark of the Beast.
So you got that. So 1's for success. You sort of look out and lean real far over the balcony, and Isla Nublar is aptly named. Like the island is very often shrouded in clouds, but for a very brief moment, the clouds kind of pull back, and there's a break in them, and you can see kind of like you're on the slopes of Mount Cedo, which is like the volcano that like overlooks the park. you can actually see down into like most of the things.
And
The
oh
thing
yeah,
that-
T-Rex is in your face.
No, the thing that alarms you a little bit is that you can see fairly nearby, and then at two other points, like farther to the south of the island, there's big plumes of black smoke coming up, and there seems to be a lot of activity down in the park proper. You can't really see from here, but there seems to be a lot of people moving very quickly.
Oh, that's not good.
Brian,
Guys,
your
is black
character's-
smoke bad?
Yes. Brian, your character's namesake is cursing your luck at the moment.
Where do you see black smoke?
West. No, north. Over there by the mountain. Oh, here. I'll take out a quarter and put it into the view slot thing.
Is this volcano about to
Jimmy?
erupt?
No, it's not
Jimmy?
that kind
No.
of black smoke.
Yeah, Jimmy, can you check on looks like Terminal B, and Visitor Large North, and Depot 3 for me? I'm seeing black smoke coming out of them.
Those
Honestly,
people are running
honey,
fast.
don't you think you're overloading that poor guy? Can we at least get to a vehicle and try to get the heck out of here?
Yes, but at this point, I need to make sure that where we go is actually safe.
Well,
Where do you
you
think
can
they're
you
running
can
from?
radio and walk at the same time, can't you?
Yep, because that's what
Then
I'm doing
let's-
right now.
Then let's go.
I like this Parker chick. She's a good one.
Yeah, Jimmy will get back on, and he's very clearly being like asked a bunch of different things by a bunch of different people, and he'll say, "Look, Charlie, I'll try and look into that for you, but I don't know that I'm going to have the bandwidth. We may be evacuating the park."
Understood. I'll give you. I'll just continue giving you information that you may need as it comes in, so that you at least understand what's going on and can get a better picture. Just let me know what I need to know when you are able to.
Sounds good. If I were you, I would get to a car and try and make it to the South Docks. That's where most of the ferries are going to be leaving from.
Got it.
Right.
Let's go.
Yeah, so you can make your way down the road. So how would you like to do this? Would you like to go through the jungle? Would you like to walk down the access road?
We're in the middle of an evacuation of the island. The jungle sounds like a bad idea to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We're gonna go down the road.
Yeah, I'm not gonna roll my ankle on some tree root somewhere.
Oh, you're coming with us too?
I'm not
We should
waiting
all be
here.
leaving.
I mean, if they say evacuate, I need to go to the hotel and get the hell out of here. So yeah, let's go.
Yeah, Loverboy, aren't you missing your other half?
Absolutely. So we'll go to the hotel, pick up Jordan, get his mom, and we'll get the hell out of here. Right?
You brought
And
your
I'll, like,
mom on your honeymoon? God, that sucks.
No, his mom. I'll mess the little kid's hair. Right? We need to get your mom.
Yeah, right. And I'm just gonna start jogging a little faster to get down to
Alright.
the car.
All right, cool. So you're going to go down the road. So it's about a half mile. The station is about a half mile from the spa. You work your way down a little bit, and you kind of come up a bit short, because as you get close, you do see that there is the hydroelectric station is there, but it's actually the source of the large plume of black smoke coming out of it.
That's not very hydro or electric.
No.
No, the problem is it's too electric.
Yeah, it's some hydro, way too electric.
Mm-hmm. No, look over at Alex. So you sounded pretty knowledgeable about electronics and stuff. Does that look like an overload or does that look like sabotage?
Could be either, but it looks pretty bad because if it's burnt out like that, that means you're going to have to replace them if you can't bypass them. And I don't know how many systems are burned, so we'll go with bad either way. I'll take a look and we'll figure it out.
Yeah, and Alex, even from here, you can smell kind of like metal and ozone coming from it. So it is definitely like burning electrical components part of it.
Those turbines are fried.
That's the
Yeah,
electrical part of that.
almost certainly. Um,
So yeah, if I don't see threats, I'm noting that. And gonna just hop on real quick. Yeah, looks like the turbines at the hydroelectric dam are fried. This is gonna be, yeah.
uh,
And then as I'm making my way to the vehicles.
Charlie, can you are you in a position where you can maybe tell what's going on there? Can you take a closer look for me? I got a couple people at the other stations, and they're giving me similar things. But all three of the power stations are on fire.
Right now, it's just a whole bunch of smoke and ozone. I'm outside. Yeah, I can go ahead and take a look. Let me get these people into one of the vehicles first, though.
All right, sounds good.
And I will look. And is it all Jeeps? Is there?
There's three Jeeps there. But one of the things that jumps out at you immediately is they all have their tires slashed.
That looks like sabotage.
Slash
Yeah.
with the knife or slash with the Velociraptor's foot?
No, like slash with a knife, like definitely a knife.
Okay.
It's weird. There's acid blood on the engine blocks, though.
Lots of shaving cream
yeah,
everywhere.
Jimmy. The vehicles have been sabotaged. I won't be surprised if I walk in there to find that that's what's going on with the dam.
All right.
Oh, thank God.
Any chance we've got spare tires inside the dam?
Maybe. I think according to inventory list there should be, but I mean if it's on fire, it's your guess is as good as mine, man.
Well, it's either going in there and trying to find and hoping for luck, or hoofing it to the south dock. So
Wait, don't the Jeeps have a spare tire on the back? We can just find 4 Jeeps.
I kind of assumed the spare tires would have been slashed as well, but am I wrong in that assumption, GM?
Only the so there's three Jeeps and all of their main tires are slashed, but it looks like the spare tires on the back actually aren't slashed.
Ah, amateurs.
So we have 3 tires.
So we
yeah,
only need
you
to find
still-
one.
We still need one. Now,
Or,
There's
or a
one
can of
back up
fix a
to
flat.
There's one back up
does
at the
anyone
spa.
does anyone know how to change a tire?
Yeah, I know how to change a tire.
Okay.
I don't have my license yet.
What are you barking at?
Didn't imagine. All right. Let
Aren't
me
you a
take
mechanic?
No.
Parker, how about you come with me? The rest of you stay here and listen to whatever Logan has to say as you help him put these 3 tires onto one of the vehicles.
Do you want me to take a look and see if any part of this is salvageable and maybe get some power back?
I was really hoping that you were going to offer to come along.
Your help is appreciated. I'm pretty sure if it can be saved, I can save it, but I won't say no to more help in searching. Because if the fire is bad in there, time's going to be of the essence.
Sure.
The fire being bad in there, Parker takes her shirt. She rips a strip off of it and ties it around her mouth. Says, "If the smoke in there is as bad as you think it is, this is going to help."
It's not a bad idea.
Nice.
And
All right.
yeah, they'll change the tires and we'll go in.
Okay.
Split the party, gang.
Cool. So those of you who are entering the burning hydroelectric station, give me a survival roll, please.
Alrighty.
Andy, for that interesting prep, you can take an extra base die.
Very cool.
Metal.
I hope if I'm ever in a dangerous situation, Andy is nearby.
So yeah. That's bad.
I got a success on the
Nice.
base dice.
Wait, where am I? Where am I?
You are above me.
Yeah, I got 0 successes and a 1 on my stress die.
All right. Go ahead and click on the panic roll and enter your current level of stress, which is 1. Okay. 6 or less is keeping it together. So
Woo.
yeah, it's stressful. You don't particularly want to be here going into a burning building, but it's okay.
I'm glad to see my dice are doing their usual. Very impressive to roll 4 1s on 5d6.
All right. So each one of you got at least 1 success, right?
I did not.
No,
You did
I
not.
did not.
I was the only
Okay.
one that got a success.
Okay. You guys are going to, so you guys enter the facility. It is the air in here is thick and cloying. It sure enough, like it smells like burning electrical components, computer bits, and things like that. And there is a small vehicle bay which you can kind of make your way to. And you will find not a full tire, but a spare tire, like an actual like donut.
Yeah.
Um,
Also, OSHA inspects the hell out of us. So I am sure there is multiple fire extinguishers and maybe even a couple of quick use masks that we could put on in the event of fire.
there are like
We're in Costa Rica. Are we sure OSHA is responsible for keeping an eye on us?
they're not.
The U.S. government insisted after that incident back in '94.
They so you'd be able to find like a fire extinguisher, no like gas mask here or anything like that. So but whoever rolled a success is going to be able to find the donut and and get it out of there. Everybody who didn't succeed is going to take 1 point of damage just through smoke inhalation and kind of like losing your way a little bit.
Oh my god, I'm gonna die.
Do I also maybe find a jack or the tire wrench?
The vehicles have those in the back of them.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to real quick, just in the hopes that maybe I can spray down the area kind of closest to the controls to get to try and get a view and see if there are any clues as to what happened here.
Let's see. You should give me a stamina roll.
Okay.
Because it's just about kind of keeping yourself focused through the smoke and things like that.
Huh.
Nice. Okay.
1 success.
You got 1 success. All right. So, you can you're not going to be able to put out the whole thing, obviously, because the whole plant is now on fire. But if you use the fire extinguisher that you found, you can clear away some stuff from one of the control panels. And it's not really functional, but it is enough for Alex to take a closer look at.
Alex, you want to take a look at this?
Oh, absolutely. I've been interested for a long time, so let's poke around on the grid, see what we can find out.
Yeah, you can give me a computers roll.
It's like the rest of the night. I can fail at this too. 2
Nope.
successes.
Nice. Okay, so you take a look, and there are a lot of the components on this computer have started to melt and things like that. So it's not particularly functional. But the very small snippets of stuff that you managed to catch as kind of like the monitor cracks and fades is is that someone sent there was a command that went out to disable the backup generator network. And it was probably sent from this particular control panel. For your stunt, you can get a +1 mod to a later skill roll relating to this one. You don't have to roll to overcome the same challenge in the future. Do it quickly. You get new or unexpected information, the GM's choice.
Oh, I love new and unexpected information.
Okay. As it's basically like literally in the process of melting down, you're able to kind of go through and tap into some of the security feeds. And what you find is the feed from maybe about a half an hour ago, right about the time that the power went out, had a team of about 6 or 7 mercenaries or soldier looking types in black fatigues who stormed in here, shot 2 of the staff, and planted charges on the hydroelectric dam.
Charlie?
I see it. Sabotage confirmed. We have mercenaries on the island blowing up power stations.
You guys don't keep teams of paramilitary types on the island, do you?
We do, but they have a different uniform.
They are, they're mostly like the park rangers and things like that.
That's more frightening on many levels, but
let's get out of here. We can help Logan because we need to get out of here as fast as we can.
Yeah, we got a donut we can put on this thing. Charlie, where do the VIPs stay?
Up in the spa.
No, the VIPs.
That's just Brandon's response because, like, I don't know, GM, where do the VIPs stay?
The Amber Hotel, where we're going anyway. Cough.
No, there's a couple of different private villas sort of throughout the island, and you do know that there's like an executive airfield on the west hand side of the island.
I'll share that information.
Good. I think we're gonna head there.
Because
hotel,
hopefully everyone else can escape from that location. But do you know what a herd of panicky people at the ferries are going to do? They are just going to overload those ferries to the point of them capsizing. I would rather get us into the sky so we can get the heck out of here.
Sounds like a plan to me.
I can't leave without her. I've got to go at least try and find her.
We can swing by quick.
I mean,
she's already gone.
I mean, she had a headache. She was sick. That's why she didn't come with me today. So she should still be there. Maybe she didn't hear they're evacuating the entire island. It's unlikely she's still at the hotel. We will check. We'll check for your parent, for your mom too. But I just want to prepare you. She'll be all right.
Well, let's go get this. We have to make sure the vehicle is fixed before we do anything. So let's go fix that before we deal with the rest of the problems.
So those of you outside, were you fixing the vehicle?
I don't know how to fix this, but I can look through all of it. Is there any crap that I could pocket?
Yeah, I mean, there's a stick of gum, a couple other things, like some spare batteries, the keys to one of them hidden under the driver's side sun flap, the mechanics version of the map of the island with all of the routes labeled and things like that.
Ooh,
mostly boring stuff.
Boring stuff. Speak of the devil.
Oh no.
You guys are the red circle there.
Up at the top left.
Up at the top left.
And where is the airfield?
The airfield is the executive airfield is here.
And where is the Amber Hotel?
The Amber Hotel was made up 10 seconds ago by a player character, but I'm going to say here.
Okay. Oh,
Improv.
great. In the opposite direction. Of
For,
course.
Yeah.
for those of you not playing at home, we are in the ass end of nowhere.
Well, I figured, yeah, Amber Hotel is made up, but where would be the place where they're staying?
Dun, dun,
So
dun,
up
dun.
there. All right.
Ooh.
Cool.
Apparently, there's this little shrine to some guy called Muldoon.
Yeah.
This
This particular one has the movie events on it.
It's just like a little headstone with the hat tilted, says clever guy.
So
All right.
yeah. I guess the only question is, how far did Logan get in changing tires, and how fast can I grab one of the kits from the other car and start changing some of the other tires?
Let's see, Logan, you can give me a vehicle roll. This would be under vehicle operation and maintenance.
All right. That is agility in vehicles.
Mhm.
I'm not bad at that. I'm not great at it, but I'm not bad at it. For one success.
Cool. Okay.
2 successes on one on your
2 successes.
Oh, I'm not stressed. Do I have to put 0 for stress dice when I'm not stressed?
Yeah.
Oh,
You have
okay.
to give
You
it
have
a
to put
value.
0 if you're not stressed. Yeah.
Gotcha.
But okay, so 1 success. Yeah, I mean, it's changing a tire. It's annoying that the kid keeps like bouncing in and out of the truck while you're trying to
Yeah.
to change it.
I
But
changed worse tires in Vietnam. I'll be fine.
Guys, look at this hat I found.
he finds a park ranger hat.
Look at me, I make $35,000 a year.
That's actually a lot of money in 1999.
Yeah, 99. That's not bad. All right. Yeah. So yeah, by the time you guys return from the building with the donut, Logan has replaced most of the tires and can easily put the donut on.
Yep. All right. Jan.
Yeah.
You're gonna sit on Anne's lap in the front seat. We'll have Parker and Logan in the back. Alex, you good to kind of hang out in the trunkish area? Hang on to the
Oh yeah, it's fine, perfectly fine. As long as we get
All
there,
right.
sounds great.
Gotta be like a Jurassic Glock in this in this glove box or something. Nobody could be a ranger without a Glock.
You really don't want me to be a backseat driver.
So we're off.
Jurassic
No.
Glock would be the perfect mashup.
Of what?
I don't know.
I just hope it's like a little velociraptor head. It just fires bullets.
Reservoir Dogs and Jurassic Park.
All right. So we have entered
T-Rex.
the part of the game where we have to address consumables. You're now using something that has a consumable. So as you use a particular item, you have to make a consumable roll for it, which is just rolling dice. And as you roll, if you roll ones, you have to reduce it by that number. So this is going to be basically you drained the remaining fuel from 3 Jeeps into the one, which will give you 3 points worth of fuel. So you were basically like after a scene in which you use the truck, it'll have to or the Jeep rather, you'll have to make a consumable roll.
Okay.
But so you're gonna try and make your way down the road to the airfield.
No, I think we're gonna be trying to go to check on Mom and wife.
Jordan.
Okay. Cool. So you're going to be heading back down into the park proper?
Well, if they're over here, right?
Yes, yeah.
So yeah, we would be heading over to this area and then just turning around and coming back to where the airfield is.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, you can make your way along the maintenance road, making your way towards the Amber Hotel. You'll arrive there to find it basically emptied out of people. You can see like heavy duty tire tracks on the ground from some of the larger gas trucks that they have, like 2.5 tons with flatbeds and stuff like that. They seem to have repurposed those for for hauling a bunch of people. They're really good for moving, say, unconscious dinosaurs from different paddocks.
Yeah. See, like I said, they're going to evacuate them right away.
Yep.
So
Just like 2 minutes, and I'm going to run in. I'm just stupid guy thing.
Yep.
Wait.
Yep.
All right.
Wait. I left my Game Boy in the hotel room. I'm coming.
Is it an original or is it a color?
Color? What's it to you? Leave me alone.
I'm like, at this point, I'm giving Jan side eye, like, fucking kid for real.
All right, so yeah, you can, Alex, you can make your way in there. You can go into your room. The bags, sure enough, seem to have been like grabbed in a hurry. There's still a couple of clothes and things like that, like left on the thing. There is a very quickly scribbled note in Jordan's handwriting, saying, Alex, they're taking us down to the South Docks for evacuation. Do whatever you can to get off the island, and you can meet me in and I'm sorry, I forget the name of the actual small city that's nearby, but it's where the ferries launch from.
Not important, down. Got it. Perfect. That's all I needed.
Yeah.
Hold the paper, give it a kiss, and go to
Costa
check on.
Ricaville.
Yeah. Go to check on Jan. Make sure he found his Game Boy.
Yeah. Jan, your parents are monsters. They left the Game Boy.
Nice.
And while they're doing that, because it's going to take them a couple of minutes,
Emotionally and physically abandoned.
What is a Pokemon anyway?
I'm gonna be looking. Are there any vehicles around that I can take some fuel from, or any other kind of consumables?
It seems like there are. It seems like all of the vehicles have been used here to transport the guests and their things away from the hotel. It is one of the hotels, so there is fuel. You can fill up a couple of drums with water if you want to.
I do.
So you can get a little bit of food and water for you guys.
I'm gonna organize the other folks. Let's get some food and some water, because let's face it, we're riding on maintenance roads on a donut.
That's why I didn't want to come back this way, but here we are.
Thank you. It was important. I don't know why we're stealing the giant thing with the little cucumbers in it, but sure, water.
All right, so let's see. Parker, you seem like the appropriate person because you're driving. Go ahead and roll 3d6 for the consumables roll.
3d6.
Yep.
There's not another car here that we could take, right, y'all?
No.
There's 1 in there.
1. Okay, so your fuel is down to 2.
Nice.
All right. Yeah, so you can make your way back along the road. Is there anything else that people wanted to grab from here before you leave?
Is there a weapons depot?
So you have only heard rumors of weapons depots. Like, when Hammond was in control of the park, he was very anti-weapon, though, like, the rumor is there's like 2, like weapons caches of things that would actually be weapons. Many of the Ranger trucks do have like tranquilizer guns and things like that. Those are fairly common. You've seen those before.
Do they look like Chris Pratt's tranquilizer gun?
Sure.
Was there one in our vehicle, or did we have maintenance vehicles so it wouldn't have it?
They were maintenance vehicles.
Okay.
I would like to look for a first aid kit while we're waiting for everybody to come back.
Okay, sure. Pick me. And
I'm a
let's go
doctor.
observe. Yeah, you give me a medicine roll. Because even if you don't find a med kit, you would know what things are useful.
I got 1 success on 8 dice.
Oof.
Oof. All right. Yeah,
Nice.
so
Well done tonight.
you'll be able to find you do find like a very basic first aid kit, but you also manage to get some like clean linens and like very strong spirit alcohol and things like that. Just stuff that would be useful for emergency medicine should that become necessary.
Can I get
When that becomes necessary.
Can I get an overpriced canteen from the gift shop?
Absolutely.
Nice.
Absolutely.
It's got the logo.
It does.
That sticker's
Costs
$40.
Costs $75.
The
The strap is
So-
already broken.
Shit.
Cool. All right, so you guys can pile back into the Jeep and start making your way back along the maintenance roads towards the private airfield.
Mhm.
Andy, let's see. You keep going. You're driving along, and you all start to feel something a little bit odd. Everyone, give me an observation check.
Do I keep the stress from last time?
Yes. Yep. Yeah. You keep stress throughout the adventure unless you specifically take some rest time.
Okay, so just keep doubling down, everybody.
I'm on it.
I got a success.
Okay.
I'm wearing
One
glasses.
success.
Oh, that's right. The macro god.
So, all right. So anyone who got a success, like it's a bumpy road. You're having to like go back and forth and things like that, and you're not really paying too much attention to like the buck and sway of the Jeep as it bounces along this road.
But there's one cup of water.
Well, no, but there is like you realize those who succeeded realize there is like a rumbling like sound. Like first you feel it as a vibration, but now you think you can kind of like barely hear it coming from probably the road ahead. It sounds like a lot of things running very quickly.